Welcome
Hi, everybody.
Cinemondo.
Yeah, welcome to another Cinemondo trailer reaction. And this one is a film that is directed and written by Alex Garland.
He is one of those directors that when I hear he's doing something, I instantly want to see it. It's like, I don't need to know what it's about. I don't need to see a poster or trailer. If I just hear his name, I'm in, because that guy is so smart.
He's smart.
You know,
His stuff
he's
is
done
very
so many great
stylized.
things. Oh my gosh.
Annihilation, which a theatrical release came out a few years ago. Devs, which was a
Oh, I
limited
love
series on
Devs
Hulu.
so much. Oh,
So
if you haven't
smart.
seen Devs, everyone run out and see Devs.
Yeah, it's one that kind of went like a little under the radar, but it's a hard one to describe. It's in this
Nick
future.
Offerman. It's kind of
Yeah.
a guy running a tech company, and he's inventing this whole new kind of level of like virtual reality in a way that becomes more and more real. Oh, just so good. I mean,
really
Nick
well
Offerman.
done.
Nick
Yeah,
Offerman, Alex Garland, done.
It's really good, and this one also has some really good cast. A cast
Yeah.
of actors that I really like Rory, Kinnear, British
He's
actor.
so good.
He's good in everything. Jessie Buckley, who I love too, she's wonderful. And so they're the two main stars, and so
Great.
I'm really tuned in. It's a film that's coming in May of this year, so a few months away. But it's called Men.
Great.
Know absolutely nothing about it.
I guess it's about men. I don't know.
Yeah.
What
so
the hell?
it's Alex Garland, so it's kind of it's going to have like a horror and maybe a slightly sci-fi futuristic vibe to it.
It's going to be really smart. You're probably going to not understand about 20% of it, which will be great, because it's not like it doesn't make sense. You just know you're not smart enough to comprehend. That's how I feel.
Speak for yourself. No, I feel
Mark
the same way.
understands all of Alex Garland.
me and Alex like this.
We are geniuses, and we understand Alex Garland. That's the bar, people. Okay,
that's all you need to know.
Let's see if we understand this trailer.
Right. So this film is called. The trailer is for this film, Men, and let's all do the hand clap, and then we'll get it. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Looks like the English countryside.
This is Marlowe, yes?
Harper, yes.
Do, come in.
The words I have to say.
It's a beautiful house.
But they're true.
Would it just be you staying, or
Excuse me?
Mrs. Marlowe?
No.
Until you give your love, there's nothing more that we can do.
Apple from the garden?
Yeah, it was delicious.
No. Mustn't do that. Forbidden fruit.
Oh, God, sorry,
I'm joking.
Oh.
God. He looks so weird.
Yeah, he does, with that crazy hair. And I think fake teeth, maybe.
You're tormented.
It feels more like...
Haunted.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Something happened. My husband went upstairs to our balcony and let himself go.
You must wonder why you drove him to it.
Why? I didn't drive him to it.
I think it'd be true. But if you had given him the chance to apologize, he'd still be alive.
What?
Creepy.
A man followed me out of the woods. He was stalking me.
What makes you say that?
I saw him twice.
Twice. I don't know if he saw you once.
Want to play a game? You hide, I'll seek.
You must feel an awful sense of guilt.
Stay away from me. What are you doing now? What are you?
Oh my God. What the hell did we just watch?
Well,
wow.
Men, aka Rory Kinnear, in many different guises.
Men. They're all the same. They look the same.
They act the same.
I don't.
they're all, she's obviously, I mean, who knows? I mean, it just, I'm totally in because it's a contained thriller. It's
Yep.
just basically
Super
those two
small cast,
characters,
apparently.
sort of in the UK countryside somewhere. And she's obviously either seeing things or he's doing something to her or there's something supernatural going on. Who knows?
I don't think she's seeing things. I think this is all a plot. But I have to say, when a movie like these British, especially these British horror films, open with a car traveling down a winding road in the country, and they end up at this beautiful, huge,
right,
just kind of rural, house or mansion. I love that setup so much. And I'm like, anything that shows a car driving up to this big house that people just moving in or they're staying somewhere, it is a setup I never ever get tired of. It's great, and I love they're starting it that way. Like you almost think, oh, is it going to be haunted house? I don't know, and then it just becomes like this weirdo, like,
yeah.
I don't know what.
She's out of her element. It's like it kind of brings in travel horror, like you're going someplace new that you're unfamiliar with. Even though it might be a beautiful house, is you still don't know what this is all about.
The secrets in the big house in the country, like there's always like weird sheds in the back. What happened in there? There's always rooms you can't get into. Like they have these basements that are always creepy. It always has this great, like this growing dread through this big crazy house. I just cannot get enough of that.
And the casting is perfect because I personally like both these actors so much. He's great in everything. And everything I've seen Jessie Buckley, and she's great. And I think she'd be perfect as this sort of woman who's just not sure of what's going on. And but she has a strong sort of, intestinal fortitude that you can kind of see in the trailer. So, and it's Alex Garland. So we're just, and I'm sure he says, listen, don't give anything away. Just
don't
sort
give
of
anything away.
So
I think the only thing this thing gave away was that there's multiple characters being played by, the same actor.
Right.
And that's like, and also, I love the scene where, obviously her husband committed suicide.
Right.
I mean, that's the one thing they gave away. And I love where the priest is like, oh, you must feel bad because you drove him to it. And I just thought that is so messed up because number one, she probably feels that way. Number two, and she's probably waiting for the platitude of like, oh, you'll be okay. It wasn't your fault. He had problems. No one ever expects to hear something like that. And that's like the worst thing you could say to somebody.
Right.
And
like,
it's a priest. I love that.
A priest, and then with the hand on her knee too.
Everything about it.
That right there is like probably the first time, my guess, the first time in the movie where she thinks something is up, or maybe not, but because obviously he looks so much like the guy.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she's picking up on that until she gets to the bar where, of course, it all goes, completely off the rails. Where everyone's hit, and then the little kid face. That just becomes next level creepiness. Right. What's happening there? But that looks really cool. So we have two posters.
Let's check them out.
One is more of a teaser poster. I think this came out a little bit before where, this looks I saw this. I wasn't sure what it was about. I thought it was really nice. It's a classic trope of like, it's a skull, and
yes, right.
The graphics holding device. Yeah. And they do it well because it's not overly skull like,
right.
And it looks pretty natural, like the rocks in the bottom that look like teeth.
Yeah. Right.
They did a great job. Very classy, very quiet. But it looks, you get nothing from what this is. It's a woman in the art, but the thing is called men. So,
but also the tagline, "What haunts you will find you," is interesting.
It seems like it's going to be a haunted thing, but why is it called Men? Nobody knows. Except all I care about again was Alex Garland directed Annihilation,
and it's A24. But go ahead with the second.
A24.
They always good stuff. So
I love this. I love that the type is over his eyes in a box like that. It's just so genius. And again, this is a type decision that's really hard to pass through studios because why would you want to cover his face? I mean, this actor is cool looking. It's a great treatment, but you only need to see his teeth to know who he is.
Really. The teeth are crazy,
And it makes him look really creepy with the green light. And again, we don't really have a copy line. They are purely selling this on Alex Garland. I do not blame them.
Now the word men, with the box, is that supposed to be sort of like towards like a restroom, like a men's room? I mean, does it have that vibe? Or
maybe
no?
it kind of maybe a little bit like a sign, like signage. I mean, it's a very strong type, a little transparent. Yeah. So very interesting. It's the only red in the poster. But yeah, That you definitely get a horror vibe from it. He almost looks like Chucky or something.
Well,
I don't know what's going on there. So yeah, I really like that. They're not giving us any clues with copy line or anything. You just got to freaking figure it out.
This is one that I mean, this again, it's like you said, I'm the same way with Alex Garland. He always brings something interesting, different, challenging.
Yeah.
You have to really watch his movies.
Yes.
Other, and to get every little thing. So, but the trailer is, wets my whistle. So what can I say? I'm in.
What's your whistle?
Wet whistles, everybody.
It does. It's very intriguing. I like it.
So that's Kathy's suggestion, and I wholeheartedly agree that that's something worth seeing. So, and don't forget, as always, to comment, subscribe, and like to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. Plenty of videos. We're honing in on 300 videos. We've only been doing this for a little over a year, and we also have a podcast where we have hundreds of podcasts that you can go back 4 years. So we do all kinds of films. So
comment and tell us what you think this movie's about, and also give us suggestions of what you want us to take a look at. We love it.
Yes. So thanks for checking us out. See you soon. Bye. Everybody.